Alright, what's going on, guys? It is Super here, and welcome to another Combat Pack 2 video. And today, we're going to be playing with Alien, and this is actually going to be my first official time practicing with Alien. I have to mention it, but I did have the game early because I bought the physical disc off a store. But these characters are not the same as they were before. They actually patched the game right on March 1st or the 29th. Whenever you guys download the MKXL patch, it came with, patching of characters, and it affected, of course, the Combat Pack 2 characters. So this is like one of my first times actually trying these characters out after patch. I did mess around a little bit, but I think Alien pretty much stayed the same. There's a couple of juggles that you can't get anymore, which I'm not going to. But let's get started here. So the acidic variation and the conjurer variation are the ones that I have on the screen. Let me just get this out of the way. The acidic variation is fucking crazy. I expect the stacking of the acid to go down significantly. Hopefully they don't ruin the character, because I know people are gonna jump on the character saying that it's ridiculous, which let me just show you guys. Look, all that stacks, and his projectile's really fast. All that damage stacks, all the poison stacks, or not the poison, the acidic blood stacks. So it's very good, super good right now. I think they're probably gonna make the acid blood not stack unless it's this one, because this one, it stays over time, right? It stays over time, so it has to stack. I think they're going to reduce the amount of damage it does, while on it. Maybe reduce the cooldown time or reduce the amount of time it's out. And hopefully they don't make this projectile slow. I think it's good now. It does get a little bit annoying if you're playing against it, but just don't make the poison stack. Maybe on the projectile, make it maybe 0.2. and have it stack less. I just hope they don't mess it up, because this is my favorite variation. Actually, I think Conjure is my favorite variation because you can do so many cool things. But Acidic is like the variation that I put the most amount of time in, just because the acidic blood stacking looks just really cool. So let's get started here with the frame data. Standing 1 is +1, and the best thing is +22 on hit, which is a lot. And maybe in other variations we go into the +22 being like a reset type. So standing 1, 8 frames. What can you get off standing 1? That you could cancel that. Okay. I have other strings that I use. I really don't use 112 that much, even though it is good because it does, as you guys see, it like launches your opponent up a little bit. So maybe you could get some combos that you wouldn't normally get. Once maybe in longer combos you could end it with this, and you might get a little boost because last hit pops up a little bit. So all right. So back 2 is 9 frames. Oh, the little tongue. That's right, I forgot. The little tongue, and the best thing about it, it's +2 on block. +2. Good stagger string, because back 2 actually leads into back 1. Did I say back 2 before? Back 1 is, it is a high, so you can duck it. It's +2. You can stagger it because it leads to back 1-1 up 4, and that is the meterless launcher for Alien. And you can do it twice, as you guys see, and you could get end it in a combo. The way I like to end it in acidic, at least, is of course you have to poison them. The poison is stacking. I keep saying poison. You have to throw acid on them because acid stacks. I keep confusing with Devora. Sorry guys, apologize. But this is good, especially in the corner where your opponent has nowhere to backdash, nowhere to to jump, because this is gonna catch a jump if they're trying to jump out. This is really good because this being +2, it actually makes your back 1 7 frames, because if you're +2, 9-frame startup, you know, shave those 2 frames. It makes it a 7-frame back 1, which is very nice, man. That button, really good. I've actually been, you know, practicing the stagger string. That and that back 1 is actually -6, so it's completely safe. So you could actually do that and, you know, try to go with back 1-1, and if they still block it, you know, you're only -6. And if it hits them, you could easily hit confirm. You could easily see if your opponent gets hit by it, so you could do the up 4, which of course, if you do this full string and they block it, it's completely punishable. But you could easily see it hit, and you could hit confirm. So forward 1, this is the string that I love. Forward 1 is a, you know, forward advancing mid. Look at this. Character length, actually a little bit further character length, right? Not around character length, yeah. Character length, it's a little bite, and it leads to this combo right here. This is my favorite combo because it doesn't scale the damage that much. And it starts off at 11 frame forward advancing mid. Let's just say if you know, get this +2 block advantage, you could do this. Forward 1 actually turns into 9-frame forward advancing mid. So that's actually really good. Of course, you could 2-on-1 cancel this string. Really, really good. It ends in a low, so you could try to mix your opponent up. You could do, the motion is forward 1, 3, 4, by the way. So since it ends in a low, you could actually end your string early and go for an overhead. Your opponent might not, you know, react to it. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you can react to it. The flip is pretty fucking slow, but your opponent is going to be expecting this string to hit low, so you could end it early, and instead of going low, you could go for the overhead. And of course, you can meter burn this to continue your string. And so that's my favorite string that he has, this one right here. My favorite string that he has. By itself, it does 14%. As you guys see, it doesn't scale the combo at all. Could actually get meterless damage from here. Let's see. What was the meterless damage that I was doing before? I guess it's not meterless, but you could do something like this. Shit. That doesn't work. Okay. Oh, that one hit low too much. Okay, so you guys see the point though. It was already at 32%, and I didn't even hit him with the acid or anything like that. See, it's not really scaling the damage too much. It's actually very good. 32%, and he's poisoned, so that's going to lead by itself, just even if he doesn't do anything, to like 36%, which is definitely really good. So this is a really good string. You should definitely use this. You know, this is perfect for whiff punishing. You know, your opponent whiffs an attack, forward advancing 11 frame mid. You know, really good. Oh, by the way, if you want just meterless easy damage, look at this. This is 24, right? 23%, just one string into a special attack. Really good. So moving on here. Down 1 is 7 frames and it's -3, which is really good. Little tongue again, just like back 1. Hits him in the dick. Very nice, Alien. Very nice. Has a deceptive amount of range. Look at that. Look at the hitbox on that. 7 frames. Nice. Standing 2? Do I use standing 2? No. The fucking bitch slap. I don't use it. So this is an overhead that launches. It's 22 frames and it is -7 on block. So some characters might be able to punish it, you know, if they EX reversal it. Kung Lao, Cassie, Reptile, you know, guys like that. But if you do hit your opponent with this, you could go with let's see. Trying to see what combo I should do. Okay. 23% off an overhead. Shit. Oh, there you go. Okay. Got it. Oh. Okay, what was I? Was I doing forward four? Did I do forward four? I got it once before. I hate when I can't do something that I just did, like literally right now. Alright, fuck it. But, you know, if you don't want to try to get a hard link, which it looks like it's a hard link, you could just go with, you know, if you do catch him with that, you could go forward 1, 3, 4, 3, 4 again. And it does that like tail combo. And you cancel that into whatever you want. Acid, the pounce, you know, the damage over time one. You could even do that. And obviously you could do something way better than an uppercut, but you know, you guys see the combo potential. Forward 2 is a 12 frame mid. Very good. 12 frame mid that leads into this combo right here, which is nice. This combo is punishable on block, but you could cancel into something before, and even though your opponent can't armor through it, you could end it in that right there, and that will actually armor break, I believe. Let's see. Quick dash, probably this one. Okay. Okay, so that is not the one that armor breaks. That armor breaks with this one, I believe. There you go. That's a combo that armor. See why I like this combo so much? That armor breaks. Okay. This one does not. This one you could easily do so. Alright, this one doesn't even have fucking armor. Okay. Which one has armor? Pounce. Does it Pounce have armor? Shit. So I guess that doesn't armor break. Huh. Interesting. Which is the one that armor broke? I remember having a setup where I had a move that armor broke. Well, I guess that might have been pre-patch, right? Because I was doing a pre-patch. Alright, but, you know, you guys see what I mean? I was talking about the forward 2, 3, 4, 3, 4 string. You could easily armor through it, so I would definitely use that as a combo in there, even though, you know, 12 frame mid is pretty good, but, you know, you have 11 frame mid right here that you could do this combo from. So you really don't need to use this one too much. Alright, so Alien's down 2 is actually godlike. It's 7 frames, and he gets low to the ground, as you guys see, and he, like, cannons his head up and hits you with the top of his hard-ass head. Probably has acid on it, and, you know, just hits you in the balls, man. This is a really good anti-air, so definitely use this down 2. It's very good. Standing... Okay, so we're moving into his tail moves, and his tail moves have a lot of range. Standing 3 is only -1, not bad. Alright, so this move right here, look at this, guys. Look at this range. Look at this range. I'm 3/4 of the screen, and back 3, which is a low move that you could actually 2-in-1 cancel, reaches that far. Crazy, man. Crazy. And you get a lot of mixes with this, especially in Conjurer, that I'll show you guys, you know, when I get to that variation. But this is crazy, man. You could cancel a low overhead, low, and if you do back 3/4, it goes into a low automatically, or double low automatically. So, very good, man. Back 3 is definitely one of my favorite buttons with him. Forward 3, nah, don't want to talk about that. Not a good move. So his down 3 is 9 frames, and it is what, -3, -5. All right, so you probably want to do. Well, it is a low, but you know, if you want to counter poke, definitely use down 1. All right, so up 3, guys. Look at this. This is only for acidic. Up 3 is actually a crazy anti-air because look how fast he recovers. He recovers really fast. It has so much range, and if your opponent jumps, Let's have him jump. If your opponent jumps, is going to catch him. It does 5% and it stacks. As you guys see, he's losing 0.25% for like 4 or 5 ticks. Look at that. That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. It's one of the best anti-airs in the game. It is so good because it stacks in. Let me just show you guys before I go any further. Just some crazy shit that you could do. In the corner, it actually, since you recover so fast from it, reversal off, okay. Since you recover so fast from it, you know, you could do shit like this. Hold on. Oops, it's forward. You could do that, and look at the damage, guys. Look at the damage. That's just a little bit of what fucking acidic could do in the corner. That's 45%. 45%. Let me do his meterless launcher. And the reason I do down 4 is because down 4 actually shoots out a puddle, and the puddle has you know, acidic blood, and that also stacks. It does 3% and it stacks. Look at that. So, you know, as much acid blood as your opponent gets, the better. You know what I mean? So, and it leaves you in a standing reset. Fuck. Crazy, man. Oh my god. I'm gonna play a lot with this character before he gets nerfed, seriously. Or this variation, I should say. So, there you guys have it. That's acidic for you guys. His forward 4 is a 17 frame overhead in which you can cancel it into other special moves, and like I said before, this could, you know, either cancel into the overhead or cancel into low. So if your opponent is not ready for stuff, you could actually mix them up pretty well. Low to low, low to overhead, overhead low, and overhead overhead. So back 3 and forward 4, pretty good buttons to mix up your opponent. It's more so in the corner, and also to set up some conjurer setups that I'll show you guys once I get to him. So like I said, you know, in acidic, his down 4 actually shoots out acid blood. So that stacks right there. As you guys see, 0.1. It's ticking, and it stacks even more. So that's why I put that in my combo. I think that's about it, right? Yeah, so, you know, special moves are pretty much the down back 2, which is the acid, and like I said before, it stacks. You could control where you shoot it. You could either do it close, medium, or far, and if your opponent steps on it or hits him, you know, it's gonna cause damage over time. He has his acid puddle, which is that you cannot control in which direction you actually throw this at, but it's good to do in the corner. Very fucking good to do in the corner. And his EX version actually hits. You know, it's a lot more plus, and it hits, and it sends out 2 more acid puddles, or one huge acid puddle. Like you see the difference from that one, little acid puddle, giant acid puddle, and it does, you know, a lot more damage over time. So those are like his main things. Of course, you could shoot this in the air. That can get annoying, you know what I mean? But this is what this variation is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a zoning variation. So I hope they don't add more recovery frames to this, because I actually really like his zoning. I think it's really, really cool, really sick. So that's pretty much acidic for you guys. So let me show you guys some of the corner shits for acidic. So like I said, I like this string because it's a 11 frame mid. You know, you could stagger this, or let's just say you get a meterless one. You can launch him up. Whenever you do back 1 up 4 in the corner, for me it kind of gets hard to do the neutral jump punch right away. So what I like to do is add a standing 1 in there, and it pushes your opponent up a little bit more, so it's a lot easier. So once you do neutral jump punch and you land, do up 4, and you know, it's gonna bounce them up a little bit more, and then do down 4 and cancel it into the puddle. So that's what I've been doing, and that's a setup that I like to do. You know, of course, you could end it in this. You know, the acid putter actually leaves you in the standing reset, which I think they're gonna take that out. I don't think I don't think the acid putter is gonna leave in a standing reset once they fix or normalize a character. But for now, this is what we have. So the string that I was talking about, forward 1, 3, 4 ends in a low. So you could do forward 1, 3, and then an overhead instead, and that launches them. And you, depending on which one you do, you could get two different things. So if you end the combo early and don't do the low and just go for the overhead, you could actually get a up 4 and then neutral jump and then do up 4 again. But if you finish the string and then do the overhead, which bounces him, the gravity, like, you get less gravity. So all you could do is do a neutral jump punch and then a up 4 once he's up. So like this. Oops. Like that, and then it goes to that. And you can actually get 2 up 3s, but the timing is pretty hard, and more likely than not, your opponent is not going to be left, you know, he's not going to get hit by this, so that means he's not going to be left in a standing reset, and you're not going to be +8. So, you know, if you do get your opponent with this, I like to just go for this immediately. Like, do that and go for this immediately, because if you hit him, then if you hit him while he's trying to jump, you're gonna catch him and you're gonna be able to combo him. If he's just sitting there and blocking, you're gonna be +2. And of course, if you get hit by it, you know, you could hit confirm it into back 1-1 and then start your offense over again. The only thing that you can worry about is the EX reversal, and if he does tend to do that a lot, you bait it out and then you could, you know, start your combo again. So, you know, I think acidic is very good, very, very good. So here's something else that is pretty crazy, right? Alright, look how much damage the grab is going to do, guys. Because the poison stacks, I mean, the acid blast stacks. So let's just say I get this. Shit. Look at how much damage, guys. The poison stacks, so he lost 24% off a grab. And keep in mind, I'm +8 after this. And if I want to be plus even more, I could do the EX one. He takes more damage, so I have more time to maybe even try to go for this low or this overhead. So, you know, let's just do that. Why not? Why not? Whoops, I said I was going to do the EX one. Look how plus I am. You know, I was able to jump 3 times before he could even do anything. So, you know, at that point, you could go for this. You go for this. And, you know, it's just really, really scary when you're in the corner versus acidic. So that's acidic in a nutshell, guys. I think he's very, very good. I hope they don't mess up the character trying to nerf him. If it was up to me, it was like that. Just because I love playing with the Xenomorph and I like playing with that specific variation. So let's move on here. Let's just put Tarkat in here because I'm done with the acidic. Tarkat I'm not going to talk too much about. Let's reset in the middle. Player 2. Middle. Alright, so the gimmicks for Conjurer is you get to summon an egg to the field, and the way you summon it is down back 1. And as you guys see, summoning it takes a long time, a very long time, so it can be dangerous. If you meter burn it though, it's a lot faster. So, you know, it's gonna be up to you on what you want to use your meter for, because in the corner you could get a lot of setups by calling a meter burn egg instead of a regular egg, because if you call it a regular egg, you're not going to be as plus as if you call a meter burn egg, and you might not even be plus at all. Sometimes you know, depending on what string you finish it with, your opponent could get up and just grab you, or he could get up and do a move before the egg hatches, because your opponent needs to be standing for the circle to activate for the face hugger to come out. So, you know, I think this variation is going to be you know, it's going to take a lot of time to get good with, to find crazy setups. I know people are going to find crazy setups with this because it's very good. I think it's a pretty good variation, and you know, it's just a matter of time. I actually have some decent setups with it. They probably don't cover all options. There's always an option usually to get out of something. So you know, it's just gonna be based on the read, but you know, you could call your egg in and you could change the direction. You could call it close to you. You could call it, you know, the regular way, it tracks your opponent, and you could call it behind your opponent, as you guys see. And if your opponent is not standing on the circle and you want the face hugger to come out, all you have to do is do the motion again, and he's gonna call the face hugger to come out, and he's gonna hit your opponent. It does catch people in the air for a full combo. As you guys see, it grounds him. That's pretty fucking cool and useful. If your opponent is on the way down, it catches him, you know, on a grab. It's sort of like Hunter Predator. It's actually almost exactly like Hunter Predator. It just takes longer for the egg to come out and the face hugger to come out. You know, you just have to be a little bit smarter where you want to place the egg at, you know, what direction, what setup you want to use. This is going to be a really fun variation for, you know, me to use later on down the road, or me to practice more with. The other thing that he has is he could call a soldier alien. As you guys see, he comes from the top. It is an overhead. The alien actually comes down pretty fast, but the calling, the summoning of it takes a long time. So I don't know how well it tracks. If your opponent gets a good read on you, he might be able to run in on you for full combo punish. The meter bird version is a lot faster, as you guys see, and it pops up. And you can get a neutral jump punch into, you know, a combo. And the good thing about the meter burn version is you could actually hold it by pressing down on circle or B or 4. You could hold it, and you could go for low overhead. As you guys see, it almost hit at the same time. You have to be careful in which direction you call it. You have to let go of circle before you switch the direction, because you might call it in that direction. See, as you guys see, I did back 3 and the guy came out, you know, it didn't track the opponent. It came out like close to me because I moved that direction. So you're gonna want to let go of, you know, 4 before you actually try to do something. But as you guys see, both those moves are hitting pretty fucking quick. The only bad thing is that if you try to do that, I don't think you can follow up, as you guys see, because the overhead hits afterwards. Or the overhead hits first, so he falls off. And let's see. Alright, so the only like 2 moves, let's see, wait. Okay, yeah, the only 2 moves that I found actually connect to this for combos are back 3, as you guys saw. Back 3. You know, you could do that. That's pretty good damage, actually. Let's see. That's 32% already. Ah, too far away. Trying to come up with combos here, guys. Okay, he gets up pretty high. Get him! Ugh. Okay, I'm not going to... Alright, he didn't reach. Shit. Alright, I think I can get that one. Oh, I know what I could do. Alright, there you go. What is that? 34%? Okay, okay. 34% for 1 bar. Let's see if I call in an egg afterwards. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Instead of ending your combo in like pounds, as you guys saw, it was 34%. You could end your combo in an egg calling for a setup, and it was 32%. And you have an egg just waiting for your opponent to stand up. So that's what you want to do with Conjurer. You always want to try to set up an egg at the end of your combo, unless it's going to kill, of course. If this is going to kill, you know, do that instead of calling an egg and trying to do a setup. But, you know, just for general gameplay purposes, you want to end your combos in the egg summoning, so you can set up your opponent, because the face hugger actually hitting your opponent is plus on block. And of course, if you hit him, you get a full combo. So something that I like to do, let's just get a bread and butter combo. Let's just say I get this. And you call the egg. You could actually do that. You could do a low or the overhead, and the face hugger is actually going to combo. So as you guys saw there, I do the overhead, and it has enough hit stun to where if he actually gets hit, the face hugger comes out and it still combos. So that's pretty nice. You guys see, and you go for a combo again. So, you know, you can do all these kinds of setups. You go for low right there, and it's gonna catch him. You go for overhead low. That one's a little bit too late. Let's see. Overhead low, as you guys see. You're obviously not going to be doing it like this, just like this. But if you do it, you know, at the end of your combo, you go for these kinds of setups. Shit. And look how much range the back 3-4 has, or the back 3 into the low, or the back 3 even into overhead. It has so much range. So you can mix your opponent up a lot. The only one that doesn't is the forward 4. Forward 4, you actually have to be pretty close. You have to be around here. You know, so if you call your egg, you go into that, and you can still combo it. It went from overhead to low, and you could combo it. And your opponent actually has to guess, because if you go overhead, you could actually go for this overhead here. What I like to do is do the meter burn one, because the meter burn one actually bounces your opponent. So either the face hugger hits him and catches him mid-air, or you continue your combo. So let me show you guys. See, either the face hugger hits him, and it is going to hit him, and do a little bit extra damage, and you still get the combo, or the face hugger is going to catch him in midair. Shit. As you guys see right there, perfect example. Both examples work out just fine, and your opponent has to guess on that and this. And the dangerous part, or the scary part, is the face hugger is going to be coming at him, or the face hugger is going to be hatching. That's why it's even scary, because normally I think you can react to these pretty easily, right? But if you have this on the field, you know, it gets kind of scary. And you know, you could always go for this grab setup. And I think, you know, trap characters are some of the most fun to watch, because you could do just so many things. So that's generally the game plan for, or the special moves for this variation. I actually forgot to mention the only combo that you could actually combo into this, which is the overhead soldier coming out, is standing 1-2. Standing 1-2 is a high to overhead, and of course standing 1 is 8 frames. So this is a pretty good punish. Like if you want to punish somebody, and you call in your egg, and let your jump punch didn't come out. So, you know, that's what you want to do. That's the only way you could actually combo your. Let's put him in the left side. That's the only combo that you could do that actually combos into the alien soldier. And of course, the normal that also works is back 3. It has enough hit stun. So let me show you guys some setups here in the corner. Let's just say you get a normal launcher combo. Okay. It's a little tricky to do it. You're gonna want to call your EX because look at how much time I had in comparison to this. You don't need to call it, but if you really want to make your opponent guess, look how much less time I had compared to the EX one because it's so much faster. So if you want to guarantee yourself a nice mix-up, definitely call the EX one because you could start doing shit before your opponent even gets up, because he does have the low, he does have the low overhead, you know, so something like this would be good. Ah, there's only a launcher he has meterless. So you guys see there, he got caught. Oh, by the way, whenever you get someone in this in the corner, you cannot do neutral jump punch. You have to go straight into, you know, your offense again. So, oh, that's one thing that they changed from the previous build. Oh man, that kind of sucks. So same thing with like Triborg and the bomb characters. You cannot call an egg at the end of your combo if your opponent got hit by a face hugger. So look at my inputs, guys. Look at my inputs. See, I tried calling an egg and nothing came out. So I'm mashing it, nothing came out. The eggs don't come out after your opponent has been hit by a face hugger. That sucks. So you're gonna want to go for damage then, if you actually, yeah, you definitely don't have enough time, man. Let's see. What's a hard knockdown combo? Wow, none of these are like really plus on hard knockdown. Plus 31. Okay, let's try that. See, you don't have enough time. Your opponent can literally jump out at that point or even punish you. Damn, that really sucks, man. You're barely plus. Alright, so I guess what you want to do if you do actually get someone in this trap, and here, let me show you guys the overhead version, like the low to overhead. It looks kind of hard to block in my opinion. I don't know. I'll probably get hit by it. Shit. As you guys saw, I fucked up the combo afterwards, but what I was doing right there is I did the forward 3-4 into the egg call, and this gives me a lot of time, especially if I EX it. So if I do the EX version, it gives me so much time where if he tries to get up quickly, I'm gonna be inputting back 3 immediately. As soon as I'm able to, I'm inputting back 3, and I'm inputting back forward 4 EX. I'm inputting that. And the way that it works, if your opponent does not get up, your roll is not going to come out. What's going to come out is this right here, and it's still combos and it's still going to catch your opponent. But if he tries to get up quickly, you're actually going to catch him with the low to overhead. So I think it's a pretty good you know, setup right there. Sort of like a little option select. Let's just do this. Yeah, you can't call it. Ugh, that's so annoying. Damn, why am I not? I was doing this consistently. There you go. Alright, there you go. I know it costs 2 bars, but it's a fucking good setup. I think it's really good. Oops. I'm trying to call it in as fast as I can. So as you guys saw, I inputted, the motion to do what I told you guys I was gonna do, and since he didn't get up, my back 3 didn't hit, that means my flip is not gonna come out, and instead it's gonna go low, low. But of course the opponent's not gonna know that. So, I think it's a pretty good setup. Of course, you could always delay it. If your opponent's getting up quickly, it might beat that setup. He might be able to jump out of it, armor through it. I think he could armor through it anytime. You know what I mean? Because none of my hits are going to hit fast enough. Because the face hugger doesn't come out until the opponent stands up. So you can meter burn through this. But if your opponent has no meter, you have 2 bars in the corner. Or you have 1 bar. Shit. Could always go for this. I said this with the grab. It's gonna catch your opponent. Then of course you have to end it with, with your damaging ender, because you can't summon 2 eggs, which really sucks, man. You were able to before, so you could continuously do that. But that is Conjurer, guys. That is Conjurer in a nutshell. Traps, traps, and more traps. And it's going to be a lot of fun playing with that. So let's move on to Tarkadin. And Tarkadin is like the most disappointing one, because Tarkadin is off. Doesn't have too much damage output. And I might be wrong. Like, I haven't really put too much time into Tarkadin because it doesn't really interest me. Like, Acidic and Conjurer are so much more interesting than Tarkadin, in my opinion, of course. But Tarkadin gains the ability to do a Rekka move, which is back forward 2. And either you do back forward 2 and then press X. Alright, so back... I forgot, I don't play with this variation. Alright, let's talk about the normals first before we move on to the Rekka. So he gains extra range on some of his normals, like standing 2, back 2, neutral jump punch. I think that's it, right? Yeah, but this is really good. See, this has so much range. Look at how much range that has. And this is +2, guys. It's really fast, 9 frames, it's +2. You could just throw this out there anytime you want. 2-1, this right here. Of course, you could 2-on-1 cancel it. Okay, you can't do anything after that, right? Not for low. Okay. But this is only -6, and it has a lot of range. Look at this. Of course, you could 2-on-1 cancel it. Look at that, 2-1 into this fucking machine gun thing, and it only does 13%, which is crazy. And he gains range on this, his overhead punch. So now let's move on to the Rekka, what I was talking about. So the way you do his Rekkas are back forward 2, and then for the second part you press 1, back forward 2, and then 1, and either you go grab with the grab button, and it does a grab, or you could go with 2, back forward 1-2 for the overhead, or back forward 1-3 for the low option. Okay, I'm doing the move and it's not coming out. Or is it 4? Okay, so it's 4. So it's back forward 1-4 for the low option, back forward 1-2 for the overhead option, and back forward grab for the grab option. And of course, if you grab the opponent, you could press right trigger, meter burn it, and do, extended combos. So that's what he gains in this variation. The Rekka, he actually also gains down back 2, which is this. It also launches, you could do this, But as you guys see, 26% for 1 bar. I think the damage scaling is like really off here. I've seen many people, instead of doing like these special moves, they just do the slide. And they go into, you know, a bunch of other stuff. I don't know, man. You know, I have to put more time into this variation, but like I said, I've just been more interested in playing with the other variations. But, you know, you could easily hit confirm this into any of this, into the Rekkas. Because this is +2. You could just throw this out there, and then if you feel like trying to challenge your opponent, you know, you press 2-1, it's only -6, and you could easily hit confirm it into that. And of course he gains this move right here, the machine gun, like machine gun strikes, I don't know what to call it. What's the official name of it? The Baraka moves. The Baraka moves. Chop chop. Okay. So this chop chop, it looks like it would be really good for chip damage, but if your opponent blocks it, only 2 of those hits come out, and then you're left in like huge recovery stun. So no, when I first saw this, I'm like, damn, that's gonna be really good to end combos with to get chip damage. No, that's not the case. It only hits twice and it stops, and you're full combo punish. So that's pretty much going to be it, guys, for the Alien training session video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. How long is this video? Wow, these are way too long. This one's almost 50 minutes, and I'm losing my voice already. So that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.